Yes, you're still onto the economy today, and today we're looking at the issue with revenue, generation from the automobile sector. We're looking at particularly at the Tokunbo vehicles, coming into Nigeria, and then the revenue they are able to generate from the business perspective, and how that is also affecting the people who are actually selling it. So I'm in the office of the chairman of AMDON, Meche, Nnadiekwe, who is, is going to give us a particular expert on what is actually happening and why it is happening and what should be done. So I'm here to ask him such questions. Hello, sir.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, sir. Sir, first of all, I have to ask you, how is business?
Well, I have to say thank God, because we are alive to witness what is happening.
So, sir, you said thank God. Like, well, everything is just there and you are managing. But again, we want to look at the issue now, because there's this information that the way you, this operation of selling vehicles, second-hand vehicles out there, it is not moving as it used to be. So what seems to be the challenge?
The thing is disheartening. If you look at me, you see that we're not happy. We're not happy. Talking of, I am the chairman of the AMDON, Lagos State, Association of Motor Dealers of Nigeria, Lagos State. I'm the chairman. And also the president of United Burger, which is the biggest car market in the whole world. And you see, this place has sustained a lot of Nigerians. It's supposed to be a pride of this nation, the automobile industry, who are contributing a lot. Our youth, who are supposed to be into crimes, into drugs and all whatnot, are here, surviving, doing one or two jobs. Today, it is in record that the vehicles that used to come here before, perhaps is about 37,000, either a week or in a month or. But today it's not up to 6,000 that comes to that wharf. That place is virtually empty. It's as a result of the high cost of the dollar, high cost of the clearing. The motor we used to clear 1,500,000, 1,600,000 before is 5,100,000 now. Who are you going to sell it to? It becomes a very big question that is begging for an answer. It is very funny thing. I have never seen this time.
So, sir, I'm not trying to cut you now. You have railed out some of these challenges, forex, import duty, tax, and all those things are clearing to clear those the vehicles and everything. So, where exactly? Because I know the government had to depreciate the naira. To make sure that everything rhymes, because then there was a black market, and then there's going to the central bank and the rest of them. But now the government has a window called the import and export window of dollar, to make sure that it exchanges at a particular level. If you go online, you find out that dollar is supposed to be sold in the bank at 700 and something naira. But though in the black market is 1,000 plus, which is the major thing that is affecting the whole thing. So is there no government intervention in making sure that those of you who are dealing in these products, in this particular brand, and selling out to the rest of Nigerians, are able to assess dollar at when due and at a rate that you can afford?
I don't know how that could be done, or where we're going to source the money, but I know that this government does come on board. They needed time to fix a lot of things. But this idea of a high price of clearing, how does it consign dollar? Because you know that we are Nigerians and we are the people that is going to come and buy this vehicle here. We used to stay 6 months, 8 months here now without selling a vehicle. And these are people who has bills on their health, people who have families. The family, children will go to school, they have to eat and all that. So but when you come and see the rate things are going on, I sometimes I begin to ask myself, is anything wrong? Have we offended God in one way or the other? Is it a punishment from above? Because the thing is funny. Nobody will come and ask you, how much are you selling this vehicle? You understand what I'm saying? And is it not an open door to crime again for a lot of people who cannot enjoy it? You understand what I'm saying? But people who cannot enjoy this thing will hit the road and look for an alternative ways in order to survive. But for us, as I am now, will I go and do foreign things? The name is there. I have built a name for a very long time. Will I go and spoil it because I am hungry or my family is hungry? It's wrong. So we are pleading to the government to do something very, very swift, very, very, so that these things can turn around. People want to buy vehicle, but they don't have money. They will come and want to buy, believing that it is as usual. But when they come here, I will tell you the price, because people like us now will not go out of this business. That is the only one we know for now. We will buy it at that high cost price. If you come, we'll tell you the price. And how many people has money to buy it? It becomes the problem.
So getting the vehicle all the way from wherever it's get to, maybe from Holland, from England, America, or whichever way. So when you get the vehicle, it is not as costly as clearing it.
My brother, sometimes the cost of clearing here is even more expensive than buying a vehicle, shipping it here. Can you imagine that type of thing? They will tell you this is the amount you pay. And you, as a businessman, you add the cost of every expenses into the vehicle. And it skyrockets the price of the car very high.
Okay, now this association is majorly the largest in, let's say, West Africa.
My brother, these two legs have gone everywhere they are selling cars in this world. I've gone around the whole world.
So, if it is the largest in Africa, then this association must have the strength and the mouth, or rather, yes, the mouth now, the power to actually tackle the government on this particular level to say, okay, what are you doing for us? Are you reducing the import clearing duty fees? Or what are you doing? Or are you telling us, you can actually exchange the dollar for this rate at this amount? So, what is
actually the last meeting we had, we have agreed that we are going to meet this government, because they say who wears shoes knows where it is. The people are suffering, but that some people might not want to talk. But I'm using this opportunity now to talk to the government. Let them do something very fast before a whole lot of people will die. And it will not be good. People are dying in silence. Blood pressures are hitting a lot of people as a result of, some people don't even come here again. Their vehicles are here, they cannot sell. As a result of, they will have to transfer themselves back, come out here, eat food, go, provide for their family. So, when they think of what they say, is it not good for them to stay at home than to come and waste the little one they have on transport on feeding here. That money he will use to feed here, he will put it together. Him and his family will use it to eat. A lot of things is going on. Honestly.
Well, sir, I'll come back to you. Let's go for this very short break. I'm really getting this. It is emotional that, okay, Nigeria bring the largest, I will call it, where you say you sell the largest port of cars. You have plenty of cars here, a lot of it. And yet, to do the business here seems to be a worrisome activity. We'll go for a very short break and I'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still on to the economy today, and now we're on the second part of this interesting interview. So, sir, you talked about, what actually it is you guys you are facing presently, what you are facing, and it is disheartening one way or the other. Now, I was discussing with my colleague, before now. I said, okay, if it's importation, bringing in the cars seems to be the problem. Why not Nigerians now rely on made in Nigerian products and then say, okay, this association be the people to sell the made in Nigerian products and everybody buys here? Wouldn't that be a good thing? Or, I mean, what ideas do you think can actually solve this issue if the dollar is becoming too heavy to use to buy this product?
Which one is the made in Nigeria?
There are some products made in Nigeria, some vehicles made in Nigeria. The way you just asked me that is funny, but at least I know that at least there's one that is recognized. I just don't want to mention his name here.
You can mention his name. Is he innocent?
Yeah, at least that
Why
person.
couldn't you mention his name? The young man has been trying so much. But the thing is, have you taken your time to go and price it? As far as I'm concerned, innocent has been doing beautifully well. But he needs to be encouraged by this government. Our government, you need to be encouraged. If you go there, you see the species of cars he has assembled there and all that. But what are the prices? Is it affordable for poor people, a poor man in the street?
But we're talking about encouraging Nigerian businesses now to grow. Because one of the ideas of this present administration is that, okay, we want to make the Naira stronger. We want to start building industries, bring back the industries, instead of everything import and import. And one of the ways to do this is encouraging this kind of persons.
We cannot be relying on importation 100%. That I know, and that is only where we'll have to come back strong. Okay, as a country, Nigeria. But Sin has a nice car that we can jeeps. Well, mention it. It has things that Nigerians can rely on. But he also should be encouraged so that the prices will have to come down for a minimum rate so that Nigerians can patronize him. Because this idea of suffering to travel, you buy a ticket most time to go, you source this card, you wait for a period of a time for it to come, and after coming down here, the high rate of clearance and waiting it here. What are we? Well, I don't understand. The thing is not. I can't explain it. Honestly. If you stay here now with me, from now till evening time, you can only see one or two buyers coming to do window shopping, not that they want to buy. Once in a while, you see one person come and buy. Is it how we're going to survive in this country? No. But the only thing that is keeping our mind down is that we had a new government.
And so you're giving it time.
We really have to, a side person, and give them time to maybe put themselves together.
Like what you were saying before we went on break, you said the association has been meeting with the government and then you are...
We have had a meeting on our own capacity. And I decided we were going to meet the president or the authority. And our grievances. We are not happy. If you look at myself, you see that I was not happy. This face represents the people. He is not smiling. People are suffering. And how many of them have the opportunity to come and say it the way I'm saying it now? But suffering in silence, dying in silence. Somebody has gone. We'll come out here and they say stroke, strike one of us yesterday, 2 days ago, another. As a result of too much thinking and all that. So for how long will we continue to lose our people? With the stroke, the hard thinking and all that. The person will just die, no. Not that he had accident and all that. You know, yesterday we did work keeping of one. He went to sleep, he didn't wake up. Very fine young man, you know, at his 40s. A lot of people were crying here yesterday. Honestly. The man there, the president of the country that I know, is a man that has the heart of God. He will do something very soon because we are planning heavily to go and present our matter.
So let's look forward now. Let's look forward. You know, and like you have rightly said, this is a new administration, and so things are still new. It is still like rough in the edges, rough everywhere.
Very, very rough.
You understand? So from next year.
Yeah, I think from next year.
So like, what is your, will I say aspiration now or dream or what you foresee that will happen next year, either positively?
I am looking at a great change from what is happening now. You know, because he is a very honest person that I know, and a street person. He grew up in the street, and he knows the feeling of the masses. Okay, so I know and what Nigerians are going through now. The president knows. He knows that our people are suffering, and I know he is working towards that. By next year, there will be a tremendous change, both in terms of reduction of declaring. Because if we go out of this business now, are we going to go and begin to do what? To go and do what? So everybody has to do the one he knows. You are a presenter. If you leave this one, are you going to come and sell motor? Do your own. I have to do my own. So the government will help us to bring down these things so that we'll be comfortable, and we'll pray that God will help him, give him good health to do other things. You know, let that be a great change by next year, so that all of us will not die at the same time.
Let's look at this final point, investing into it now. I know with all this gory, you know, statement that you have made out there on how the market is out right now, and I know it is not just start this year. It was there last year. It was there like 2 years ago too, and then maybe like 6 or 7 years ago it was all right somehow. But right now it's looking somehow. So how would you encourage anybody who wants to actually come into this line to come, or just stay where you are?
I will want to encourage the person to stay where he is, honestly speaking, because if he comes in here, the way he jumps in will be the way he will jump out, because it's not encouraging. It will not be good for me to come before the television to deceive members of the public. It is no longer business as usual, the way it used to be. This one now is something else that we cannot understand. Very bad. You know. So we are praying and believing that it will very soon by that next year, like you asked, this will be normal. They didn't even say from 1.1 million that we used to clear the vehicle to even 2 million, 2.5. It is reasonable.
Yeah, but they are working according to the exchange rates.
Well, can't they bring the exchange rate? Can't they bring it down? The government can force this thing down. They can.
But you know the exchange rate is determined by the market.
Well, it is true. But then, they have to work hard. But the thing is affecting the poor people in the street. They really have to work hard. They are the people, the government, all of us cannot be there. But for them that is there, they have to work for the interest of the people. We are the people that vote them in there. If you don't trust them, if you don't have the capacity to say this man can do this, do that for us, we will not vote you in there.